Ladies and gentlemen, it is Monday, March 24th, and I am not a quitter. In fact, I have a story to tell you about these $2 bills, but that is going to come later. Let me begin. Today was quite a rainy day, and it did not stop me. I did an afternoon dash and I did an evening dash, which I just came back from. So, let's begin. Oh, very slow Monday. It was raining. I thought I'd have a couple of Chinese food, pizza pickups and such, but it wasn't really the case. I had a double order, 2 different drop-offs with Bojangles. That began my day for $13.50. Mileage, from what I remember, not too bad. Chick-fil-A, $7.75. Pizza Hut, $5.50. McDonald's, $4.50. Then this Chick-fil-A. A Chick-fil-A. Normally, I get pretty decent. I get my $6 minimum there. There was no tip. That is some ballsy shit, especially on a rainy day. Excuse my language, but don't really excuse it. I'm exhausted. So, 1 hour and 48 minutes. Oh, by the way, which one was far away? God, I want to say maybe that Chick-fil-A. It brought me into a different town, different county. Yeah, and I was driving in full pouring rain. But I made it home safely, came home, spent the money I made on a pizza at Il Baccio, which has a special on Monday for a large cheese. What is it? $11.99, $10.99, something like that. Anyway, with tip, and I did tip them even though I picked it up, it cost me $15.50. So I spent half my earnings on my lunch, dinner. Anyway, this is me going on a rant because I'm exhausted. So I did come home, I imbibed on my delicious plain cheese pizza, tried to rest, drank some soda to get a little boost of energy, and I went back out with the intent of doing Grubhub. I put on the Grubhub. I put on the DoorDash. I even went as far as to put on Uber. And literally, I have not done a Uber Eats yet, but I'm thinking I might want to focus on Uber Eats maybe tomorrow. I'll just have Uber Eats on and get acquainted with that app. Just the delivery, not picking up folks, strangers in my car. I don't want that. Just Uber Eats. So anyway, that's an aside. I went out this evening and I just did DoorDash dinner. Lo and behold, another Chick-fil-A. That was kind of far away, but very nice tip on that one. $7 to go. Probably a little more than 7 miles, maybe. I don't remember. But, the guy was waiting out there. He was appreciative. That's always nice. My next order. So on my way back, I get this order, and it wasn't too far, and I knew exactly where it was. It was for $7. So I pick up the order, and you have to go in. They won't give it to you through the drive-through, which, okay, not a big deal. And I'm driving like on the highway, 9 miles, 8, 9 miles, some bullshit. And I'm in front of some fucking auto mechanic business. And I send a message because it's handed to me. And I go, I'm here, or something like that, whatever the message is. And the guy goes, I'm standing here waiting for you, some shit like that. And I'm like, where? I don't see you, something like that, on the back and forth. Anyway, he calls me, I think, and says, oh, I must have put my my job address, I didn't change it in the DoorDash app. So you're at my place of business. Um, and here I am driving, and this is not worth no $7 because I've already driven 9 miles. I just wanted to get more money. That's why I took this order. Anyway, so the guy was nice, whatever, apologetic. And turns out that he lives not too far from my house. So after back and forth address, figuring out where he lives, and I kind of was familiar with it. I got there like once I reached his place of business, it took me about 5 to 10 minutes to drop it off at his house, which wasn't terrible, but whatever. Um, and I get to his house, and he came out and he said, "Oh, I'm sorry, it's not much. Thank you for bringing it to me." And I was kind of like, he was a younger guy, not a teenager, but like 30s maybe. And I was like, "Chris, I drove all over town for you." I was really like, just like annoyed, but I said it in a funny way. And then he said, "I wish it was more, but whatever. $2 is $2." Anyway, that's my story. So anyway, my average for lunch was $19.02 an hour. And then this one fucked me up, $18.46. And this is DoorDash. And I'm noticing on like DoorDash, whoa, they gave me some weird, oh my God, a business like for $14.75, pick up supplies at some Tractor Supply place using the red card, and then drive 13 miles. And this is like at 6 o'clock at night. And I was like, no, I don't think so. I'm not doing that. So, and then I've seen a lot of shitty orders. Like you saw, I took way under my $6 minimum. And then that $3 with no tip was a real fuck you. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I just took orders today because I was desperate for money. And if I'm going to be out there, I might as well be delivering. So maybe my new threshold should be I need to make $50 a day. And then once I make 50, and if I still feel energetic, then I can stay out. But if I don't, I got to come home and recharge my batteries. But yeah, that was my day. Like I said, maybe tomorrow I'll try Uber Eats, see what that's about. I don't know. I'm still figuring it out. It's fun, but it's exhausting when you're not used to doing it and you don't get much sleep at night, I guess. Complain. I'm sure you're tired of hearing me complain. Anyway, stay tuned for the next one because who knows? Maybe I'll end up doing DoorDash. Maybe I'll do Grubhub and Uber Eats, or maybe it'll just be Uber Eats. You'll have to wait and see. See you tomorrow.